Hello, it's Dispeller here, and I'm going to bring you another sad bit of news. It's kind of old. It's an older report on Tom Petty. If you guys know who he is, he's a really famous singer. He did a lot of really odd videos that I didn't quite understand, especially the one with Alice in Wonderland in it. But I wanted to talk to you about his death and the fact that his wife believes it could have been prevented. Let's talk about that right now. Okay, so he died in October of 2017, and this is what I would call and what is known as a cautionary tale. It could give some information and warning about someone you might know that is struggling with a similar situation. He was born in Florida in 1950. He loved the Beatles and Elvis Presley, and he even learned to play guitar very quickly and started his own band as a teenager. In fact, he dropped out of school to continue his career in music and started a band known as Mud Crunch, which unfortunately for him did not succeed, or maybe fortunately for us, because he started his other band, if you like his band. And it's known as TomPetty&TheHeartbreakers. That's one most people know him by. He also did a little bit of solo work, and he released a lot of albums and recordings. After his anniversary tour, he was sadly found unconscious, but he had a pulse. He just didn't have brain activity. He was taken off of life support, and he passed away at 66 years old, which is very young to me because I'm 55, so that's only like, 11 years older than me? Yeah. So he had other health complications, but his hip pain was apparently so excruciating that he needed a lot of medications, which of course doctors legally prescribed for him. It turned out that his hip was actually broken, and the doctors had just told him that, like right after his anniversary tour, or maybe it was right before, I can't remember. But that was what caused him to be addicted to the pain medication. Plus, because of all his pain, he had depression. He had other issues going on, other health issues. And sadly, when they did the toxicology report, it showed that he had oxycodone and fentanyl and I think one other medication in his body at the time of death. And it was because of the hip pain. Now, he may not have had to take all those medicines had he had his hip replaced. But get this, y'all, because this is important. Even if you're striving to be famous on YouTube and go viral and whatever, we all want, a little bit of viral stuff on our videos. We want to be known. Some of us don't care, but a lot of people want to be famous YouTubers or famous stars or whatever. Very often, what I'm finding more often than not, a lot of these famous stars are turning up dead lately. A lot. It pops up on my feeds all the time about this person was in, I don't know, Lord of the Rings or whatever, some famous show, and they're found dead because of the stress, because of the pressure, because of drug use. And a lot of times the drug use is a result of the pressure and the stress and just feeling like they have to always perform. Tom Petty decided that instead of getting a hip replacement, he would go on his tour. Why? Because he was loyal to his band members and because he didn't want to disappoint his fans. Think of how much pressure we put on people sometimes, especially people in show business, to perform, even beyond their capability, even beyond what is a good idea health-wise for them. Well, he decided not to disappoint his fans and instead ended up dying because of not getting the hip replacement that could have saved his life. This is really sad, and I want to encourage you, if you know of anybody that's struggling with addiction for any reason, whether they are legal, prescribed medications, or something that they just found somewhere or met somebody that's supplying them, whatever, anybody that's struggling with addiction. As you know, I lost a really close friend to addiction a couple years ago, so this has kind of been me championing the cause of breaking addiction and helping people break free, because it is very difficult, almost impossible to break addictions. I get that. I understand. If you have an addictive personality, you get it. I want to encourage you, though, if you know of anybody, or if you yourself are struggling with this, I want you to call this number, 1-800-662-HELP, HELP, 1-800-662-HELP, and get the help that you need today. Thank you so much for listening and watching this video. I hope it helps somebody, or maybe even you. Have a great day. Shalom.